Today, we will observe market structure in close action and talk about how to trade weak or strong markets. We will discover how to find entry locations with our best trading view indicator. Furthermore, we will also learn how to make entries or use other methods to catch trades. If you are good to go, it is time to start now. Let's keep working on improving our eagle vision by focusing only on the hourly time frame candles to understand the market structure and price action. Once you spot an entry zone with several imbalances and possible support and resistance flips like this one here, what do you do next? The most important supplementary price action you should look for is probably the swing failure patterns, just like the one you see here. These are usually marked by big rejection candles, and if that move is followed by a strong opposite candle breaks, like in this example, we can confidently say the sellers have taken full control of the price in this example. Now the question is, do we really need every single one of these signals to make it right here? Not necessarily. But it is always better to have multiple confluences working together because that helps us increase our chances of winning in each trade. Let's take a look at this price action setup that shows multiple time frames from 1 hour all the way up to 4 hours, all in a single layout. You can see the overall SR flip area right here, which happens to sit inside the multi-imbalance level. This kind of setup, the first thing you should be watching for is a swing failure pattern. And if there is a strong breakout that happens right after a swing failure pattern, like the one we are seeing here, that usually means sellers have taken the full control again. At that point, the price is either about to crash or has already started dropping really fast. This is actually a pretty simple pattern to spot once you know what to look for. For example, if you check out the Solana chart, especially if you look at the 2 hours time frame, you can clearly see an SR flip happening with a multi-imbalance level. Right after that, you will notice a swing failure pattern followed by a strong breakdown. That is the exact point where the major crash started. This is another great example of how this pattern plays out when multiple confluences line up in a single time frame. Let's take a look at this interesting chart here. As you can see, there is a multiple imbalance level showing up here, which also happens to be a clear SR flip area. Basically, imbalances and SR flips are the key things that you want to look for when identifying these setups. Now the tricky part comes when you are trying to spot the swing failure patterns. Sometimes they don't show up clearly on every single time frame. In this case, you should have looked carefully across the other time frames at once to notice the swing failure pattern, followed by a strong break. After that, there was a good drop in the price if you notice a solid move down. Here we have a very clear multi-imbalance level across 4 different time frames, along with a strong SR flip zone. So this is where you got your confirmation or the big call to look for trades. For this setup, spotting the swing failure pattern was a bit challenging. Only the 4-hour chart showed a clear swing failure pattern in this case. Another tricky part was there wasn't a strong break showing directly across multiple time frames, so you had to be patient and wait it out. Like I said before, you don't always need to find all 4 different confluences, all the price action concepts lining up perfect at the same time. That won't happen every single time. But again, more confluences you can find together, the better and stronger your setup will be. Let's take a look at this massive crash, a really intense drop in price. Notice how this crash started. Look closely at this multi-imbalance area that shows a swing failure pattern followed by a strong break in the candles. In this example, there wasn't a super clear support and resistance flip, for example. Like I mentioned before, it is not necessary to find all four concepts at the same time. You only need at least two or solid price action method to build a good trade setup. Now watch how this big crash actually started in this another example. Right here, you can see a multi-imbalance area with a clear support and resistance flip zone this time. A swing failure pattern showed up, then we saw a strong break on the 1 hour chart. And all that led to this huge crash. So, these all patterns combined is basically extremely powerful, helping you catch early entries as much as possible, with multiple price action confirmations to back it up. Okay folks, have a great and lovely day. Please stay safe and see you soon. Completed the free trading course but still need more? My master classes teach liquidity, imbalance, and the market structure in detail. Combine them with forward and reverse trading using momentum superboxes and yo-yo cost average entry models. After that, you will master scalping with a one-screen free trading view indicator, a revolutionary trading system. Finally, you will learn to invest your profits using my 10-year swing investing with working agent system. Interested? Please see the video description.